What's up, B Squad? It's your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, you guys. This is season 9, episode 16. This episode was titled, what was the episode title? The Truth Will Set You Off. So, before I do get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also, you guys, by sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac, shall we? All right, you guys. So this season is almost over. Next week is the season finale. And honestly, if we're gonna keep it a buck with each other, I'm happy about that. I really am. Cause this season it was better than last season, I guess. But it there are moments in this season where I was like, okay, we could have done without this, we could have done without that, we could have done without a lot of stuff, right? But again, that's neither here nor there. If you guys did watch the episode, feel free to drop down in the comments section and let me know what you guys thought about it. And let's get into it. Hey, Penelope, how are you doing today on this Monday afternoon? Hope you're having a good one. Hope your day is going good. All right, you guys. So I don't even know where to start up with this. Oh, I know where to start up at. So this episode starts up where we ended last week's episode. And you guys remember last week's episode ended with Karen telling the ladies about the situation with Mia. Now, like I've said plenty of times before, we know Mia is a pathological liar. And so is Karen. Like, we're not gonna sit here and pretend like Mia don't lie, Karen don't lie. They both lie, right? To give Karen a slight benefit of the doubt, Karen doesn't volunteer information. Mia does. And so uh with Karen and Mia, Karen tells Mia that G said that you knew sooner than what you've known this for quite some time. So Mia says, well, G may have known sooner, but I just found out a week ago. I honestly find that hard to believe that Mia just found this information out a week ago. But if that's the lie that Mia wants to run with and perpetuate, let her have it, right? So then Mia tries to call Karen out about being a drunk and the fact that she'll sleep with any man and shows her his dick. I was like, well, Mia, shut up, JB. Never mind. So Mia was ready to go at this point, right? And Stacy was like, no, don't go. And Stacy is telling Mia to confront the ladies and just be upfront and be honest with them. And I was like, I actually agree with that. Like, be honest with the ladies. If you knew this information, just tell them, yeah, I knew this information and I was holding on to it for whatever reason, right? But she didn't do that. And she's getting upset, asking why does she have to, divulge this information? Well, man, why did you have to tell us anything in the first place? Like, I don't think Mia's understanding this. Like, you're the one that has voluntarily given up information about your relationship or lack thereof, your relationship with Ink, your lack thereof relationship with G, and then the situation with your kids. Like, you're the person that's volunteered this information. Nobody has pulled it out of you. You did all this stuff thinking, I don't know, you know what, at this point, I can't even really tell you what Mia was thinking, right? So then Wendy asked Stacy, like, whose side are you on? And I was like, again, y'all know how I feel about Mia. Y'all know I'm not Mia's biggest fan, but in this particular moment, I really wasn't upset with Stacy for saying the obvious. It's like, I think y'all are really doing the most at this point. Like Stacy ain't done nothing different than what anybody else has done. Like right is right and wrong is wrong. And I just didn't get it, right? So Karen is feeling a way about Stacy. I was like, oh God, here we go. See, this is my problem when it comes to Karen, because like I've said plenty of times before about Karen. Karen wants these ladies to be blindly loyal to her. And I think that that's absolutely stupid to expect that from these people when everything that you've basically done, Karen, you've been wrong with. But okay. Okay, Karen. I mean, do you? And I don't really care. So do you? So after that, what I will say is I did enjoy the drag show, but I'm gonna get to it in a minute. So Mia was ready to go. Honestly, I can't say I blame Mia. I can't really say I blame Mia, and that's saying a lot coming from me. Penelope says Stacy was activated. She sure was. Stacy was 100% activated, and I was 100% here for Stacy being activated. Like, cause I mean, let's just be real. Y'all being hypocrite. Y'all are doing the most in this episode. Like the absolute most. So we, like I said, we get to the drag show. I I've said this plenty of times before. Well, actually, let me take that line back. Because if I say I've never saw a drag show before, but I actually have. I saw one when I was in Miami this past summer for my birthday. There was a bar, there was a drag bar that, they performed and I could see them performing. Then one year I went to a drag show here in Dallas and it was fun. I think it's a great time, right? I think it's a really fun time to go to, going to a drag show. But the one thing I did not want to see was Ashley. I was like, oh, I could have gone the rest of my life never seeing Ashley perform as a drag king. But I will be nice, and I will be nice to Ashley. Although that dancing is not for me, never will be for me. Ashley did the damn thing. Ashley did that. She looked great, and she had a great time. So I'm gonna be nice to Ashley for this one particular time. After that, it's a wrap. Now we move on from that. Actually, before we move on from that, we did see as Kate Chastain was there. I don't know what show Kate comes from. I mostly know Kate from last season of The Traitors, and I know she hosted that show with Giselle, Portia, and that girl from Summer House. I can't think of what Hannah. I know that they hosted that chat room show for a brief time, but that's all I know about Kate Chastain. I know she's a Bravo girly. I don't know if she's from is she from Below Deck? If y'all know, let it be known in the comment section. Penelope says it was cute. It was cute. It was. It was. I'll give football head that. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the next person. Let's talk about Kay real quick. Now I know that Kay was a last minute, addition as a housewife this season because I think they were testing her and Jazzy at the same time, but Jazzy got the friend up and Kiarna got the flute. So I think that they were testing both of them. And I think for Kiarna, I'm pretty sure Kiarna got the Claudia Jordan treatment. I hope she doesn't get it going after the reunion. I hope they do give her a second season so that way we can actually see her as a full-time housewife. Because I like Kiarna. I think she's a great addition to the show, just like with Stacy. I think that they're both great additions. I want to see more of Kiarna than just this Greg storyline because keeping it real with you, keeping it a buck with you, I do not like this Greg storyline. It's something about it just doesn't sit well in my spirit, right? And it's literally her storyline. So we see her and Greg. They're getting ready to go out to dinner, right? And on their way out, Greg doesn't want, like, you can tell he has an attitude. because she's talking about them, and I guess they had a little bit of a tiff, and she's talking to him, and he giving her the stank face, and I'm like, sir, if you don't want to be on this show, it's just you could do like what Juan Dixon did for years. Juan never showed up, but people called Robin out. Penelope says Kay and her boyfriend gonna break up. Oh, absolutely. I don't wish that on Kay because I think Kay really loves him, but the writings are kind of on the wall with this one that this relationship just might be something that ain't gonna last. That's really what it's given, and that's how it's looking to me personally. But you guys can tell me your thoughts and opinions, right? And like I said, Greg in this scene, he was just so off-putting. Like I wasn't feeling him at all. Like nothing about him I was feeling. And then when they got to dinner, he was talking about he was telling her that what did he say to her? He said something to her that threw me off. Everything that he was talking about how women and men view things. I was like, sir, stop blowing smoke up her ass. Penelope said that's why she got a flute. Like, oh God. Kiana, if you want to marry this man, beloved, please rethink that. Cause this funny looking ass man, yeah, that's what he said. Shut the fuck up and chill. I was like, excuse you, sir. I would have slapped his ass. I would have five-finger open handed his ass. Oh God. The thing with Greg is he gives me the vibe that he wants Kiana to want him, to need him, when she actually does not need him at all. And it also feels like he wants her to be beneath him and to rely on him. And the interesting thing is, like I was saying a few minutes ago about Kiana got her flute last minute. I think Kiana got her flute. I don't know when Kiana got her flute, but I feel like it was at the end of production. So them filming these scenes, these were probably just scenes of her testing to see if she would be if she would be good enough for a housewife, or what they actually take that back. Probably what they did with Kiana is, like I said, what they did with Claudia Jordan. When they gave Claudia Jordan her peach on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she filmed as a friend of, but then at the end of production, that's when they started back going. That's when they tried to start cultivating a storyline for her, and that's why her storyline felt so disjointed on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because they tried to piece all that stuff together at the end of filming. And that's what it feels with Kiana, that they tried to piece all this stuff together at the end of filming. Kiana, he also dismissed you too. When you telling him how you feel, and he says he hasn't done that. And I'm like, sir, it ain't the fact that you don't feel you've done it. She's telling you how she feels, and you're diminishing her. God, I never thought I would agree with Giselle, but and it's gonna come back up a little bit later. Penelope says he's a high value man. I guess. I guess. I don't see the high value in him, but okay. Okay. So let's move on from Kiana. Like I said, I want better for Kiana, but Kiana also has to want better for herself. And I hope that seeing this stuff on television, it gives her a different perspective. But let's move on. So I'm gonna talk about Wendy, and we'll talk about her again later in the episode because she comes up again in another scene. So the only scene that we got with Wendy in this episode is with Eddie. So you guys know that Wendy has the Dr. Wendy show that's on YouTube, which, girl, I ain't saw not a one. I saw you did an episode. You know what? Let me stop. Let me take this back, because I was about to say I ain't saw no episodes come up since I'm not even subscribed to Wendy's channel, so I wouldn't see any episodes. Because I do remember the premiere. I do remember when season 9 premiered. She did have an episode that came out, and I think it was an episode she did with Jess Hilarious. I didn't watch it again, and then also I didn't watch that because I just don't see it for Jess Hilarious. I don't find her funny. Penelope said that's what he thinks. LOL. He must think it, and he should stop thinking it. So Eddie came out to let Wendy know that She's going to be going to the White House and she's going to be interviewing. Oh, God, the White House. It's a mess, you guys. It's only been a week and I already missed the. You know what? I missed the last administration, but this current administration, I can't tell you anything that's going on unless it's on the blog because I don't watch the cable news. I don't keep up with that man in the least bit. Like my head right now is buried so deep into the sand. I don't know what's going on politically. Like unless I randomly get on the blogs and see stuff, I have no idea what's going on. And I know I know people are gonna probably say, JB, you should know because people have been even some of my friends were telling me like we should know what's going on. I get that, you guys. I really do get that we should know what's going on, but I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck. The people voted that man in, and now they're seeing the repercussions of their actions, and I don't care. Hate to say it, I don't care. And I know this is a terrible thing to say, but I don't care. I really don't, because there's nothing we can do at this point. So, what is there for me? Like, I see people protesting. You guys, let me like, what is the purpose of protesting? I want somebody to make me understand that. What are you protesting? The protest was on election day, and that's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So Wendy is going to be interviewing White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who I thought was, I thought she did an amazing job as the press secretary, even though those people tried to give her a hard time. I think she was phenomenal. Um, again, with this current administration, I don't know who the press secretary is. I don't know what she looks. If I don't even know if it's a she. I'm pretty sure she ain't gonna have the one thing we can be definitive on with this current administration, that man will fire people at any time that he wants to, right? Because I mean, how many press secretaries did he go through in his first term? He went through three, right? He went through Sean Spicer. He went through that ugly bitch. What's her name? What is that bitch name? Oh, I can't stand that bitch. I can't even think of her name. She's a governor. The ugliest motherfucker I've ever saw in my life. Whatever that ugly bitch name is. And then that Kaylee McEnany girl. Three. And he was in the office for 4 years. But okay. Neither here nor there. But that said with Wendy. Wendy did say that she wanted to invite Karen to go to the White House with her. I was like, oh girl, if you saw this episode, I don't know if you would have invited Karen. And that kind of goes to, it's so interesting, right? That is so interesting to me. Like, so interesting to me that, Karen, she's talking about Karen and how, well, actually, we'll talk about Karen in a minute. On the flip side, someone is talking about Karen and said what negative things she said about Wendy, but here Wendy is uplifting Karen and talking positively about Karen and wanting to invite Karen to the White House with them. Penelope says, LOL. I hope this video don't get flagged. I just thought about that. Damn it. I hope this video don't get flagged. But if it do, oh well, because I just thought about it. No, I shouldn't have talked about him. Well, I didn't say his name, did I? I know I didn't say his name, but I said people's name that was associated with him. But I didn't say his name. Maybe I'm good because I didn't say his name. So let's move on, you guys. Where should we go next? This episode, like I said, this episode wasn't much, so I'm surprised that I'm already at 20 minutes. But y'all know when I get on here, I ramble sometimes and don't be meaning to. Let's go to Mia. Oh, I have no comments when it comes to Mia, and that's really all I got to say. Oh God, Mia. So Mia was on Watch What Happens Live last night with Quad, right? And that's her name. That's her name. Huckabee. That's her name. You say that scene was crazy. The one with Mia, I mean not Mia, but Wendy. That's that raggedy helper's name. But yeah, Mia. So Mia was on Watch What Happens Live with Quad last night. And Andy asked Mia the question about her relationship with Ink, right? You guys know that they broken up. And she's talking about this show was ruining, messing up his brand. I said, excuse you? It messed up his brand. Girl, who knew who this man was before? Never mind. Then Mia said that they broke up, but she has to be divorced before they get together. I said, "Oh my God, Mia, you come so you're pitching a storyline for season 10, huh?" I'm sick of Mia. Then Mia went to pick Ink up at the airport. They get in the car. He's driving. He asked where the kids. The kids are at somebody's house. He asked her, "We're going to pick up the kids." She said, "Yes, we're going to pick up the kids." He said, "Good," because he wants to take Jeremiah to a game the next day. I said, "Don't you want to ask his like?" Yes, Mia is their his mother, but he does have a father. Like y'all are blatantly disrespecting G at this point. Okay, and again, like I've said numerous times before, do I feel bad for G? I do not. I don't feel bad for G at all because G is a willing participant in this stuff. G cheated on his wife with Mia, so what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I'm not feeling anything for G. So then Ink decides to tell Mia that G called him to let him know that he took the paternity test of Jeremiah. The results came back, and Jeremiah is Gordon's son. Ink doesn't believe that Gordon even did it. I said, "Oh my God, here we go again. Why are we playing with this? Why are we playing with this? Like, oh my God, Mia is a dodo bird." I was thinking the same thing, Penelope. It's weird how Mia is just letting Ink hang out with her son. It is. It is. And that ain't saying nothing bad or negative about Ink. It's just very odd that you are just you are letting your kids get so comfortable with this man and you don't even have your life figured out at this point. I'm sick of Mia. Mia did say to Ink that she has the paternity, she has some the results in her email, so she believes that Gordon did it. Yo, do we really care about this, to be honest with you? Because, like I said, Mia is really trying to work my nerves and irk my soul and my spirit because you playing with the peoples and you I still say I blame Carlos King because I still say Mia let Carlos King get inside of her head and make her think that she was that girl. But okay, Mia, anything for a check, huh? Because that's really what this is giving. That you just doing anything for the check, and it's really irritating. It's irksome. It's annoying. It's just everything in the fucking book. I am so. That's why I'm so glad that next week is the season finale. Like, because I can't take much more of Mia. And the thing is, we've always known that Mia's a liar since we first met her. But I just don't see it for people who are pathological liars like Mia. Moving on, we done with Mia. I ain't got nothing else to say about Mia. So who else is left in this episode? So we talked about Wendy, we talked about Kay, we've talked about Mia. Let's go ahead and talk about Giselle. Wrong person. Giselle. Huh. So we see Giselle. So she's out with Karen. She's out with Ashley and with Kiana, right? So they talked about Mia, and Karen's talking about the fact that Mia defamed her. Karen, do you know what defame mean? Now the whole you sleep with any man that shows you his dick, okay, that could be defamatory. I'll give you that. That could be defamatory, but you ain't upset about that. You upset about that whole drinking thing. And Karen, it was on video that you were visibly drunk when you got behind the wheel of your car. So that's not defamatory. She didn't defame you in any kind of way. That wig defamed you. If you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at that wig that was sliding to the back of your sliding off the back of your forehead. Be mad at your wig, not at me. She also then they talk about Kay and Greg. Kay, I'm not even going to regurgitate that whole conversation because honestly, I agreed with what Giselle said, right? Because Kay's talking about is how it's kind of difficult for them to live together, and he also has an issue with her being a part of the group. Don't let him dim your light. Don't let him diminish you. Don't let him devalue you. Don't let him do that. Like, say what you will. This is a great platform to be on. This is a great opportunity for you. Like I said last week, you have a business that you can promote on this show. You have products that you are offering now. You probably already offering products, but I follow you on Instagram. And last month I saw that you released a product. Like, girl, stay on. If Bravo is willing to keep you another season, to get your contract as a full time housewife. Get your contract if they give you a contract for season 10, don't hesitate to sign on the dotted line. And just make sure that the money is correct. And if the money is good for you, stay on this show, get your money, get your paper from this show, promote your business, do whatever you got to do. But the number one thing not to do is don't let Greg dictate, devalue any of that shit. Don't let him do any of, don't let him do any of that shit to you. Do what's best for Kay and not what's best for Greg. Granted, I get it. If he felt the way about the fight last season, ain't no fights this season. The thirsty one is gone. So, whatever. That's all I got to say. If you guys have anything you want to add to that, feel free to leave it in the live chat or in the comment section. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing on up. Let's talk about my girl, Stacey, who I actually was really feeling in this episode. So, Stacey is going to be hosting a fashion show for adopting dogs. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I love dogs. I am a dog person. I love dogs to my core. I'm a dog boy. I've had two dogs. And as a kid, I had two dogs, and they were my boys were my everything. I wish my boys were still here, but my boys were one of them. My first one, he passed away. He got sick and he passed away, and it broke my heart when he passed away. My second baby, someone stole my second one. Somebody literally went in my backyard and stole my dog, and we never found him. We never found my boy, but it is what it is. So yeah, I love dogs. Love dogs with everything in me. Love them, love them, love them. So with this one, so it's going to be a fashion show, and the ladies have a special. They're going to have a dog that they're going to walk down the runway with, right? So we see as Stacey is meeting up with Ashley. She invited all the women, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. She invited all the women. All the women, she wants them to walk in the fashion show, right? So she's meeting up with Ashley, and they're talking about their divorces. Stacey, beloved, do not give up that child support. Don't leave that on the table, girl. Do not leave child support on the table. That man could get married tomorrow and say, fuck your daughter. I hate to say it in that way, but he could literally do that. So get the child support and your alimony. Ashley, you're full of shit. You're full of shit, Ashley. Thankfully, you got an attorney that you say is holding your ass to the fire. I'll believe it when I see it. I know you filed for divorce, but I'll believe it when I see it. And hopefully I don't have to see it ever again. Hopefully this is your last season. I hope you and Michael can figure out some kind of arrangement so that way, you can afford that house. But other than that, Ashley, this could be your last season because I don't want to hear not a damn thing else about this non existent divorce. Because this divorce was a way for Michael not to be on this show. And you ain't fooling me. So later in the episode, we see as it's Wendy, Stacy, Ashley, and Giselle. They're meeting up at Vivian's. So you guys know Vivian is Karen's friend and Stacy's friend, right? This is the part of the episode where I was like, this is stupid. So Giselle comes in. We found out that Karen said that she wasn't going to be going to the fashion show because of the way, well, she wouldn't be participating because of the way that Stacy acted at Ashley's event. I was like, girl, say what now? Okay, Karen. Go on somewhere with this, Karen. And y'all know how I feel about Karen. Y'all know I like Karen. But that was so, like, that is so childish, Karen. And you are 60, what, 61, 62? Like, girl, go on somewhere with that dumb shit. So, and I don't like having to defend Mia, but I'm glad that somebody at least stood up for Mia besides Jacqueline, because y'all are railroad over that girl. And so the fact that they trying to sit here, Giselle trying to sit here and say that Stacy didn't defend Karen, but that's what Stacy has done pretty much all season is defended Karen, and they've showed the scenes where she's defended her. This is more to the thing of Karen wanting blind loyalty. Girl, go somewhere. You're wrong. You were wrong. Now, did Mia have to come at you so hard? No. Then Giselle talking about the fact that, well, and then you're doing this with Vivian, and we know Vivian through Karen. Okay, what the hell that mean? What the fuck that mean? I ain't saw Karen put on Not Now fashion show to support Vivian. Stacy is hosting a fashion show. She's doing something positive for, adopted and adopting animals, and she putting her friend on. The fuck y'all talking about? So then Giselle says she's not going to participate in the fashion shop. Like, girl, you should. The way you dress, the way you dress, you should want to get all the fashion advice in the world from Vivian. Because the way you dress is a boring and atrocious. Girl, please ask her for, please go. Then she says, well, you didn't ask me if I was allergic to dogs, if I have any PTSD from being bit by dogs. Girl, a dog should have bit you right in that particular moment. I wish that a dog had bit you in that particular moment, Giselle, because you were pissing me off. Then she says to Stacy, I didn't think you were into charities because you didn't donate to my charity. Girl, I know you fucking lying. Who the fuck you talking to? Because I would have said, I wouldn't have said what Stacy said. I would have flipped it and said it a different way. I would have said, bitch, didn't you kick me out of your event? And when she would have said yes, I would say, well, then it was fuck you. Like, you kicked me out of your event. You got your motherfucking nerve asking me for a goddamn penny. Girl, kiss my ass. Kiss my whole entire ass. Like, you can plant your lips on my ass and leave an imprint to let me know that you kissed it, because, girl, the fuck? You think I'm finna give you some money after you don't kick me out of your event, girl? Suck a dick. Suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a dick. Um, Penelope says Giselle was crazy for that. And was. Girl, suck a dick and get bent. So then here's the interesting part of the episode. So Stacy met up with Mia. And Mia, once again, please stop playing with Gordon. Please stop playing. Let me stop. Let me not even just say Gordon. Please stop playing with bipolarism. Like, I really want you to stop playing with bipolarism at this point. Like, it's like a joke for you. And I'm so tired of you. Now, Gordon, in that flashback scene, you absolutely did lie to Mia because you absolutely did bring that up to Ray. So you lied, sir. Now, this is giving me season 1 Real Housewives of Potomac when Karen was talking about Giselle sitting at the table of the birthday table, Then I'm talking about Ashley not being part of Potomac and all this kind of stuff. Because um, Stacy says that Karen told her that Mia is not Potomac. And I was like, oh God, here we go with that shit again. But what really threw me was when she said that Karen told her not to basically be cool with not to be cool with Wendy because Wendy is self-absorbed. She's all about self. And I was like, that is so interesting, Karen, coming from you. That is very interesting coming from you. Because in the flip scene, you see Wendy over there actually talking about inviting Karen to this event. That's her inviting her to the White House. I was like, huh, ain't that interesting? Ain't that interesting? But y'all, that's the episode. Again, I'm shocked that I got over 30 minutes out of this episode, almost 40 minutes. But y'all know when I ramble, I ramble. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys later. So you guys know that I am, it's going to be a busy night for the rest of the night because I still got to watch Married to Medicine. So Married to Medicine and Baddies will be up at some point. I don't know when. Then I got to watch episode 1 and 2 of Young, Famous, and African and do that review. And then I got to watch episodes 3 and 4 of Wags to Riches and do that. So y'all can get all those videos. Again, I don't know when the hell they coming, but they all coming at some point today. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.